because they've showed us from the Omo auction 2 weeks ago that they want to tighten, at least in the short term. Took out about 450 billion in that particular auction, taking the liquidity in the market completely out. We were in a deficit, and rates reached a high of 180% during the course of the week because of the illiquidity in the money market.
This is OBB
overnight,
right?
Okay. So it seems counterintuitive that they would be tightening, considering most of the economic indicators are on the upward trend, So I'm hoping that with the results of the MPC meeting out today, we might have more light into the panoramic view of CBN as to why they believe they should tighten, at least in the short run.
I like that panoramic view. The Jizza, one of my favorite rappers, he used that word in his song. All right, keep going.
Okay, so the numbers now.
Yeah.
So liquidity opened in a negative of about 68 billion, yes.
Okay.
At the start of the week, that was as a result of the amount of liquidity that they had taken out in the previous week.
Right.
Rates traded at a high of 180, but moderated by Thursday to about 6%.
Okay.
Because of the Omo maturities that came in, about 262 billion came in. So that kind of helped to ease things out. But CBN then offered Omo an Omo auction on that same day. I know their plan was to try to take out liquidity again, but because most banks were already tight, very few went, and the few that went didn't show much presence. They were only able to take out about 40 billion.
Okay.
So and I guess they were also conserving the liquidity that they had for the next day's FX auction.
Okay.
So they were not able to. They offered about 300 billion, but only 40 billion was what they succeeded in taking out of the system. This week for in the money market, we expect 266 billion to come in for Omo maturities, coupon payments of about 17 billion. We also expect a bond auction of about 70 billion, and the normal FX interventions. Some happened on Monday, and we expect another this Friday.
Okay.
For the securities space, for T-bills.
Yes, this is the part I like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the market started bearish because of the lack of liquidity in the system, but became bullish with the liquidity that came in from the Omo maturities. Also, the T-bills market became bullish as a result of the clearing rates for the Omo auction and the NTB auction.
Okay.
The NTB auction stop rates came out at 10.5 and 10.75 for 91 182 and 3640s.
So we're hovering now from the highs of 18-19 last year.
But remember, you remember that the NTB is for budget support.
Okay.
So it's actually the DMO. It's a fiscal instrument
tool that they're using, right? So
and they're not sourcing most of their funding from the local. So they didn't even take up as much as matured.
Okay.
They only took up about half of what matured. Anyway, so it wasn't like they needed the money desperately.
Right.
Meanwhile, Omo was quite different. As in, Omo is a tool for CBN to mark up liquidity. So their angle is totally different. They didn't change the stop rates though for the Omo auction. It came out at 12.15 and 11.05.
For what tenors?
For
I think
September and November maturities. That's 100 and something. And
so less about 120. I think about
112.
Okay.
I think for the November.
Okay.
For September, and then a little bit more in the 200 range. I think for the
fine. So that's the rate that we should be looking at. So about 12% then.
12.15.
It's still a drop. It's still a drop. But hey, okay.
Yeah, but the thing that happened is that because those the similar maturities in the secondary market were trading a little bit higher, it caused a buying spree because most traders knew that they could get that same maturity at a higher yield.
Right.
In the secondary market, so rates dipped because there was buying pressure as a result of the stop rates.
Okay.
So I think most maturities in the short and middle term sector dipped by about 90 basis points.
Okay.
And not much happened in the
bond space.
In fact, we learned that some what do you call them?
Traders?
Not traders.
Issuers?
Portfolio investors sold off some of their positions. I think perhaps they had made some losses because of the sudden change in trend in the interest rates, and then possibly they might want to come back in.
They said they've Mr. Valentine Ohu, no relation to the gentleman, no relation to my right here, and EKZ to resign. Does they have jurisdiction over this particular space, Dolapo?
No, they do not. They're an electronic payment platform, and
that's e-Tranzact,
and they also interact with banks.
Okay.
So the allegation is that following allegations of an 11 billion naira fraud perpetrated by particular customer. But I must add that a lot of watchers in this industry feel that it's not fair on e-Transact.
Okay.
And that the platform wasn't as if e-Transact itself did the fraud. Somebody used their platform to commit the fraud.
So they see, okay, so they're being punished, right?
Might be overreaching in punishing e-Transact. But this also brings to the fore the need for us to look at the risk management framework around other electronic payment platforms.
Okay.
So CBDC has to come up with changes. I mean, the way this world is going, proper framework or demand from all these kind of companies, or a proper framework, and also enforce those frameworks. So there should be
Lagos,
guidelines.
what do you guys out there think? You think it's fair to punish the platform for fraud committed on the platform, or to go after the
committed by who though?
Right, and
by a client of the platform.
By a client. So shouldn't you be going after
there should also be, I mean, definitely the platform itself needs to
have some responsibility,
because there is a platform, but people feel that for it to sack the
directors,
MD and directors, that it's a bit of an overreach. Probably a fine could have been better.
Right.
Maybe
it's fine because it's not a direct offense from them, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
It's something maybe like a bank customer could
do some funny business,
fraudulent business in the bank. Does the bank manager now take the axe for that?
Exactly. That's the question.
Especially when there's no collusion.
Right. Like your favorite one.
But they also noted that e-Transact had been fined before. I think 500 million for something similar. So maybe this is like the second
strike
time,
two or strike three,
and they thought they might need to take something a little bit more drastic.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Dolapo, we're still sticking with you. For your thoughts on the Q1 GDP figures for the nation, 1.95 for Q1 2018.
Yeah, I think quarter on quarter, I think it was.
We slowed down now,
we slowed down a bit, but I think the major culprit here is the services sector, which is the large chunk of our GDP, particularly trades. But as far as I'm concerned, I think trade is seasonal. I mean, during Q1, especially the month of January, things are a bit slow in the economy. People are still trying to recover from all the spending in December and the festive season. So usually for trades, I mean, Q1 is usually slow, but I'm sure by Q2 you see trades under the services sector
picking up.
But the savior for now generally is the fact that
it's still oil.
Growth, I mean, volumes and prices still what's helping us now, and I think the government needs to do more concerning the
non-oil sector. Okay, let's move on to Mr. Dangote here. This story here: recent killings in Ethiopia point to difficult times. Dangote Cement. Bunmi, what do you think of the? Sorry, Dolapo. Excuse me. What do you think of the story?
I think it's sad because they killed the country manager, his PA, and his driver. So basically, the Dangote cement plant in Ethiopia, I mean, it was doing well, but lately they've been having issues with the host community.
This host, look, let's address this thing.
It's an African issue.
It's a real African problem.
They feel that they're not giving them enough respect. It's our territory and all that.
Okay, wait.
They're not employing enough of our guys.
So that's the thing. It's jobs, They were demanding for jobs for
jobs
them.
and that, jobs and other things that Africans normally demand.
But why are we like this? Because before Dangote got there were no jobs there.
No jobs now.
And then he comes in, and because it's in their area, they want to now demand.
It's our limestone. Give us everything. We need. That's what they're saying now.
Now, wow, this is really
so it's sad. So it wouldn't happen last year. They had to shut down the plant for
vandalism. Wasn't there vandalism there?
Of August last year, and now it comes. Now it's a killing now. So it's very challenging for them now in Ethiopia.
Well, we'll have to see how things go there. Bunmi, let's look at pension performance for Q1 2018. We're not just looking at GDP here. I'm showing 3.7% returns for pensions for the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, so I was really interested in this story because it's a follow-up to something we had discussed, I think a month ago. But I think you know here at the time when we discussed.
Okay.
So they are giving us an idea of how our pension funds are performing.
Yeah.
So for quarter one, the RSA fund in particular did 3.76% quarter-wise.
Okay.
In comparison to the first quarter of 2017, they did better.
Okay.
I think that quarter did about 2.67%.
Okay.
But if you look at it holistically and analyze this quarter's result, it translates to about 16%. And if you calculate year-to-date performance for 2017 for this same fund, it came to about 23%. Ideally, because most of the investments were in fixed income. So if you're looking at it in the real sense of it, they didn't do better.
Okay.
That's it, in comparison to 2017 as a whole, Then on the they also gave some details of the funds that did pretty well. For this quarter, ARM did best, followed by Stanbic, IBTC. Their annualized performance came to about 21% and 20% respectively. APT, which funny enough had been the best for 2017, fell to about 5th position. You know, so it means that you have to be on your A game. It doesn't mean that because you were your performance top performer prior, you will still maintain that. And it's a signal to us too, as in we need to keep on monitoring our pensions funds to see how they're doing. You know. Then for the retiree fund, they did almost just as well. They did about 3.78% for this quarter. You know, Stanbic took the lead on that, followed by Crusader, and then AXA Mansard. Okay. Interesting stuff.
Let's see, about a minute, real quick. Let's just look at this draft guidelines for the micro pension plan that's coming out from PENCOM. Who wants to take the Dolapo? You want to take that pointing at each other? You know, you guys don't know you're on camera. You know that they can see you on camera pointing at each other. Okay, you go first. No, you go first. You go first. You take it. All right, we only got less than a minute. Real quick, but these are new guidelines for very small micro SMEs that have less than 3 employees. Yes,
or if you're self-employed.
It's
a good initiative. So that in the end, everybody
has a pension plan,
which should be the case. You know, it shouldn't be for just people that work in structured organizations. People that are in the rural sectors, people that have very small businesses should be able to plan towards their pension.
Good stuff. All right. I think that's about it. 30 seconds. Dolapo, we don't have time for that. We've run out of time. We'll touch on that maybe tomorrow. This with AfriInvest. Dolapo, thank you so much. Bunmi, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming in. Valentine has not. Valentine is here.
No, I'm very much here.
Valentine is here. Valentine,
I'm doing right by CBN, NCC, whatever acronyms you might bring up right
clean
now.
Across the road.
Clean, yeah. Lagos, what else is clean? At 7 o'clock, we'll be bringing you, frankly speaking, Muiwa Falabi. And then 7:30, make sure you tune in and log on as well to youtube.com/Smooth91 FM Lagos for Freshly Pressed. All right, keep it here.
Business Express.
Thank you.